Just my luck, guys. Truck's running, well, was running. Turned on this highway, gave it gas. The moment I did, it shut off. Heard a pop, started jolting. I think this motor may have just went. It cranks, it'll start, but it won't stay running for like longer than like a minute, and then it'll sputter off and die again. They really, I don't know, maybe it's not the motor. It could be just a fuel system problem, but yeah, just my luck that this would happen as soon as we get the truck back. Driving perfectly fine until I got on this road and it just died. We have no clue what's going on with it. It's stressing me out. I already had to fork over $2,500 for transfix, and now something else goes bad, and what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be amazing. The return of the Trac is here. We're getting ready to wash the Ram and take it home. And then we'll be going off to Ackworth Transmissions in Ackworth, Georgia to pick up my truck. It's a bittersweet moment because I literally just got my payday, and then all the money's going to be gone until I get the rest of it to do the paint and all the maintenance work it needs. And of course, a secret project going full bolt on. You didn't hear it from me. But anyway, we're going to get to washing the Ram. My hose broke at home, so to bring it to the local gas station car wash, we're literally just going to blast it with some water and some soap, and then it's done because we are on a time crunch. So my mom should be pulling up any minute now. But anyway, I got the tripod with me. We're going to set it up out in front of the Ram, and we're going to get to work.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Really make sure it's shined up good. It's got some paint damage, but there's no basketball marks on there. I'm looking at you, Makai. I know you watch these videos. About to wait on my mom to get here, and then we're gonna run the Ram home. I'm not gonna see the Camaros at all, which sucks, but the truck is cleaned up. Tires are shined up, looking great. And yeah, my mom should be here in a second, and we'll roll out towards Ackworth.
Baby, but you know I never will.
Just my luck, guys. Truck's running, well, was running. Turned on this highway, gave it gas. The moment I did, it shut off. Heard a pop, started jolting. I think this motor may have just went. It cranks, it'll start, but it won't stay running for like longer than like a minute, and then it'll sputter off and die again. They really, I don't know, maybe it's not the motor. It could be just a fuel system problem, but yeah, just my luck that this would happen as soon as we get the truck back. Driving perfectly fine until I got on this road and it just died. We have no clue what's going on with it. It's stressing me out. I already had to fork over $2,500 for transfix, and now something else goes bad, and but it is gross. So just an update, we got it up the road a little bit, and then it stalled out again. That sounded cool. But we're currently sitting in a gas station parking lot, trying to see what could be going on here. We think it could be the throttle control valve may have gotten stuck open, which would make sense theoretically. As when it first started doing it, I was on the gas, it's about 50% throttle or so, and theoretically, I don't know how the throttle body control valve works, but I would assume that it works in tandem with the throttle body. It opens up and the throttle body opens up, or whatever. And theoretically, it would make sense that if that's not opening and the throttle body is opening, the truck is freaking out and it stalls itself. I was afraid at first of something to do with transmission shift pressures, as I did drop them to negative 25% before it left for the transmission shop to try to rule that out in the future. They're back at 0 now. So that obviously didn't have anything to do with it. So right now, Hayden's on his way to come help us out. He's got some carb cleaner he's going to help us use to clean up what I call it, IEC, the throttle body control valve, and see if that helps. We're just going to probably let it run in park. We're going to probably, I don't know yet. I think once they get it going and good, then we'll try moving it down the road. But as for right now, we're just trying to get it to stay running. Thankfully, I was concerned at first as the motor. It is something to do with the motor, but it's not the motor blowing. So at least we have confirmation on that. It wouldn't have started back up at all, obviously. And I thought it was seized, it wasn't starting, but part of it was I was an idiot and left it in drive. I was trying to start it on the road because I was moving when it stalled. So we're probably going to need to replace that valve eventually. Hopefully it's not too expensive. I really don't want to, spend $300 on one part. I doubt it would be 300, but you get the idea pretty much. As for right now, we're just waiting on Hayden to get here. He's going to help us out. I'm really glad I have a support system like him and Michael and the others, obviously. I was getting messages from Chandler and Dalton and everyone, and Integra Brandon. All those people were messaging me, make sure everything was good. So anyway, I'll come back later on and I'll update you guys on the situation, if we can get it running, and what we're going from there. Well, for the second time in about a month and a half, or in the last 2 weeks, it's on the truck again. Definitely not how I wanted my Friday to go, but we're off to the mechanic down the road that did my exhaust. And, it's just how my day goes. Get honked at by people for being broken down, blocking up traffic, and I can't help it. I hate people. 2019 is supposed to be a year of change for the good, and not for a blown up truck. But I'll catch it to you guys when I get home. We're going to call it a video. Where do I even start with today? So, today was a bust. And it's at another mechanic shop now. The same guys who did my exhaust a couple years back. They're going to take good care of us. They're going to take good care of the truck. And hopefully we'll hear something about it soon. Pretty much to describe the issue we had at hand, it was running, but the moment it would come to a stoplight or even just idling, it would shut off and it would struggle to start back up. It stalled out on us 3 more times between the time period that we left the gas station and where it eventually sat to get towed. One thing I do want to talk about though is if you guys follow me on Instagram, or if you're the rare few who even have my personal Snapchat, you guys know that I complained pretty bad about how no one stopped to see if we were okay. And this is something I try to do whenever I see someone broke down. I don't do it every time, but I try to most of the time. Especially when I'm with the guys, we all group together to help people. And unfortunately, today's day and age, people are just not the same. People aren't as kind or as open-hearted to people. And instead of stopping and understanding the situation and being like, oh, this guy's truck broke down, they honk at you and, fuss and stuff like that, instead of helping the person out who's already obviously having a bad day. One thing I also want to comment on is the county we were in. We were in Cobb County, Georgia when the truck first broke down. And we were directly next to the police station, and not a single police officer stopped to help us. And I've always thought it was in their job description, at least what I was told, that they're supposed to stop and help you. They're supposed to serve and protect. And they did not stop to even see if we were okay. I get it, we were off to the side of the road, but we had our hazards on. My hood's popped. And in the state of Georgia, it is mandated to show you're in trouble, you have to have your hood up. So, how did that not show them enough that, hey, I'm having issues, we might need some help? In my home county, which we traversed into after it broke down the second time, they stopped and were more than happy to come help us. They even helped us push it off the road and stop traffic so we could safely move the truck out of the way. So, Paulding County police officers, thank you guys so much if you guys are watching this for helping out and getting the truck in a safe place where we were able to get a tow truck out, and while getting honked at, nearly ran over by this crazy old lady who nearly hit the tow truck driver to get the truck loaded back on. It's been pretty much a very eventful day. So, what's it right now for the truck? We don't know. I've already paid for the transmission, so as of right now, until the rest of my payday comes in, which would cover paint, which I don't know if it's even going to happen now because of this, depending on the circumstances. This is literally just throwing a huge monkey wrench into everything I had planned. But as life goes, sometimes your plans never go your way. And while I'm very frustrated, and I know earlier on in the video, if I even left it in, I had said I wish I had just sold it. While I do have that feeling again, maybe I should have just done it. I know that sometimes, life just doesn't go your way, and you have to figure out how you want to go about it, if you want to just give up or if you want to persevere. When it comes to perseverance with me, I'm not very strong about it. Having ASD, you're a lot mentally, my parents would hate me for saying this, but mentally weaker than the world's population when it comes to perseverance. I tend to sit down and give up a lot when things don't happen how I expect them to, or things go bad, such as today. It was a very good test of my perseverance and my patience, because I left the house at 11 a.m. To wash the Ram, and I'm just now getting home and it's 7. I was gone dealing with this for 8 hours. Whether it be driving the Ram home, picking up my truck and it breaking, and the like. Of course, I'm not putting any blame on the transmission shop. Aqua Transmissions did what they were supposed to do, and this problem is not related to anything with the transmission. It's also not related to the push-button start. I want to make that clear. There is no connection between it stalling out in the PATS system and our push-button ignition system the truck has installed. Because it wouldn't even turn over if it was PATS. It would just be it would not react at all. But it was turning over, it was not starting. So, that's kind of, I wanted to get that out of the way, just so before you guys go, oh, you're stupid for paying, the transmission shop screwed you. Oh, you're stupid, you tore apart the ignition system, and that's why it's broken. That's not the case. This is something with the engine. We just have to pinpoint exactly what it is. And honestly, if it's something major, such as the entire engine needs to be redone, I honestly don't want to put the money into it. And right now, I don't even have the money to put into it. So, who knows what's going to happen in the next few weeks, next few days even, depending on how fast this shop can turn around some sort of information to us. But, that's currently what's going on with the truck. And right now I'm heartbroken because, again, I've been waiting for 4 weeks for that truck to come back with a new transmission, and the moment it does, it breaks. And for someone in general, you don't even have to be a car guy to be frustrated with that. You fix your car and it comes back broken again. And it's very painful, especially for a car guy. It makes you wonder if it's even worth putting time into your car because it broke the moment it came back from being fixed the first time. Is this going to stop me from building cars? Absolutely not. I'm still going to be building cars the rest of my life. I'll be 80 years old still doing a project car build. But I felt a bit of discouragement today. And again, it's nothing now. I'm bounced back. I am fine. I'm already thinking of stuff I want to do to the truck when it comes back. I mean, if it comes back. That's the question. Again, since my parents are the legal owners of the truck, I'm considered the owner, but in a legal sense on the title. Since I was 16 when the truck was purchased, and like I've said in numerous videos, in the state of Georgia, you cannot have a car titled in your name at 16. The truck is titled in their name. So pretty much they have final say-so on what happens with it. If, say, for example, I want to keep it, but they don't, because they don't want to help out with it, even though I'd be spending my money on it anyway, they don't want to deal with the insurance on a truck that breaks down every 2 seconds. Obviously, ends have to meet. So, who knows what's going to happen next. My hopes are for the truck to return and be better than ever, whether it be, if I have to absolutely forget everything else I wanted to do with the paint and the other aesthetic work I wanted done just to get a new engine put in it, then that that may have to be the route. I know a lot of you guys want to see mod videos and stuff like that, but keeping the truck running. If I don't have the truck running, I can't do mod videos. I mean, it's just how it goes. So, just to end this video off, thank you to everyone who messaged me today regarding the situation. I got tons and tons of messages from you guys who subscribe to the channel, to my friends, of course. I want to specifically thank Hayden for going completely out of his way to try and come to help us out. He works on the other side of town from where we were broken at, and he drove all the way out. And after the fact, I called him and asked him if he had stuff, and he didn't. So he went back and then came back out with a smile on his face, ready to help. And that is something that I just am so grateful for, to have a support system these days where I have friends that are willing to drop what they're doing. Like, Hayden was working. He was making money. And he was like, well, my friend's in trouble. I need to help him. That is something that means a lot to me. And even Michael, who I called while he was at work, he picked up the phone and literally was fine talking me through, helping me calm down a little bit about the situation, even though he was on the job. And that just means a lot to me, because again, my social life, as I've gone through in many videos, it didn't really kick up until 2017. Meeting everyone. I mean, granted, I've known Michael longer than that, but I'm very grateful for Hayden for, again, going out of his way to come and help. I know I didn't put him in the video, but I'm so grateful that he, made the trip out there. But, I guess, again, thank you to all the messages I got. I got messages from several of you guys on Instagram, and I appreciate just the support, just, talking me through it and making sure, just asking me if I was okay, if the truck was okay, what might be going on, and trying to help me get options to look at it. And that, again, is something I wouldn't have without YouTube. So, thank you, everyone, for just helping me out here. And while the future is uncertain for the truck right now, I have high hopes it'll return, and better than it ever was. And if not, then we'll need to welcome a new car to the channel in the future. Again, I don't have final say-so on this. That's exactly why it stayed. A lot of you guys know about a month ago, I was strongly considering selling the truck, especially when the transmission blew. I was like, I want it gone. I don't want this anymore. It's costing me too much money to fix. The transmission alone was more than the truck is worth. The truck is only worth $2,200. That's Blue Book value on my truck right now. And the transmission was $25. So it was more expensive than what the truck is worth to fix it. And that price is just going to climb with this engine problem I'm having now. So from a financial standpoint, it would be right to cut our losses here and just drop it. But that's the problem. I have a sentimental value to that thing. I have a lot of attachment to that truck, which is why it stayed. Besides the fact that my parents, again, have the final say so, and they're like, no, we should just fix it. It's been good to us, and you love it. You need to keep it. And that's what rekindled my interest in having it stay, despite the fact that it was blown sitting in my driveway, and will apparently continue to do so for a few more days. But that's just it. Again, future's uncertain, but hoping that it'll come back stronger than ever. I know even if I tried to sell it now in its current state, I would not get jack for it. I'd probably not even get close to the transmission's cost for it. Maybe the transmission's cost for it. I could probably sell it for like 33 in good shape, with it running again. But as of right now, we really just have to weigh our options out. Is it worth fixing it, trading it for something else that isn't going to break every 2 seconds, or what? So, anyway, just to wrap this up, I just want to thank everyone again for messaging me and all the comments and stuff that I received today, just, you know, asking if I was fine, if I needed anything, kind of. That really didn't happen too much, but everyone that messaged me today, thank you for at least checking on me, because apparently the passerbys of today don't care. And that's really bothered me. I feel like I took the post down on Instagram where I complained about it, because I didn't want to make it out to be like, oh, I'm not fishing for attention. I want you guys to ask me if I'm okay. I was more talking about passerbys and police officers passing us by. And it had nothing to do with anyone on, like, any of my friends not texting me. It had everything to do with the passerbys. But anyway, I got a school assignment to work on that's due in a couple hours. So thank you all so much again for tuning into this video. I know that it did not go the way I wanted it to, and I bet a lot of you guys didn't want it to go to. But hopefully we'll hear back in a couple days, and I'll be sure to release a video when I hear back on the truck. So thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys later.